Hey everybody, it's Jason Blaha here. Once again, it is time for my lifter Michelle's vlog, and we're going to go ahead and kind of split her vlog up into three because we had some delays with some training happening. Some things kind of happened in the middle of the week, so I'm going to do her middle two sessions as one vlog, and then we'll probably do her higher rep days as our third vlog. So for those who are not aware, obviously we are training for bikini or figure. We may end up in figure in the long term coming up, but she is, just over 6 months out from doing her first show. So we do 6 day a week training right now. And again, we have 3 heavier days that are slight power building days, 2 days here in the middle that are also an upper lower that are in about that 10 to 12 rep range. And then we have a high rep day with more machines and isolations for upper and lower, both towards the end of the week. So upper body day, we started off incline bench. That's a PR. I believe that was 75 pounds for 3 sets of 10. All right, pull-ups. She got 3 sets of 12 today. All right, we are back to doing pull-ups. I've got her doing pull-ups again. She had 15 at one time. We just did 3 sets of 12. When she came back, she could only do about 5 or 6. And we're back up to sets of 12. All right, pure win. Pure win. Up next, we have decline bench press. She tried to do a pair of 35s on each side for 115. She's like, I got 15 reps and just quit. So she went up to a full plate. She got 3 sets of 10. Nice full ranges of motion. Nice medium grip here. Good control. 3 sets of 10 with a full plate aside. Yes, guys, sorry for some of the guys out there who are struggling with 135, for rep work on their flat bench. Keep putting in the work. But yeah, we're getting strong. We're getting real strong at this point. And we need that because chest is something that has historically been a little bit of a weak link even when we were powerlifting. She was a very tricep dominant power lifter. So again, getting those pecs up is going to be a big deal. That's why we work all 3 angles. We work flat, incline, and decline. We do mess with both barbells, dumbbells, and a little bit of cable work for all that. So again, trying to build that chest up. But it is slowly working. She is starting to get that chest line that we're looking for. All right, so then after that, we do barbell rows. Again, keeping these strict. She used to be a little cheatier at these, so we're working on making them stricter. And again, now this covers our basic big movements. So then after that, for the rest of this upper body day, we go to shoulders and arms. So today I have her doing dumbbell upright rows as opposed to a bar. And we rotate a lot of movements. And the reason we do that, she's doing pretty dang close to 20 sets of body parts. Some of the muscle groups are exceeding that if you factor in the big and small movements. Okay, things like arms to some extent, triceps because of all the pressing, and because we end up doing 9 isolation sets a week for them. But we rotate movement, so the only days it stays somewhat consistently are kind of her strength and power building days. But even then, we still do a lot of 10 rep stuff on those days also. A little bit of exercise variation, but for the most part, we do most of our variations on the later days. And why? Because we do so much volume. And because she does so much training volume, we want to be very careful of overuse injuries. So just something to think about. So that's why we do that. Also to avoid staleness for her psychologically. So again, all 6 of her training days are different every week. And every 3 weeks, we rotate around half of the lifts. About 50 to 60% of her lifts get changed to other lifts. But we have our anchors, we have our staples, and that's going to be our squat, bench, deadlift, pull-ups, things like that. Those are kind of our staple movements right there, right? Because we've got a powerlifting background, she will eventually powerlift again. So again, we finish up there with rope press downs, and actually I think it was V-bar press downs this week, and then standing dumbbell curls. All right, so we had a pendulum squat in here today. We were scheduled to do a hack squat, but she said the hack squat machine was broke. Now notice that depth. We need these super deep like that, and that's exactly what I want to see. Notice her squats are all ass to grass. This is all deep. The reason being we need to bring up her lower quads, right? We need the whole quad area around the knee, the VMO, all of that. We need it to come up. And the only way to get there is through deep, 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 deep knee extension, right? that is how we get that. We need to get that deep stretch in there. And this is about as deep as you can possibly get, right? That's it. We're all the way hamstrings to heels, super deep, and this is what we want. And we want those sets real close to failure. All right, after that, she did Romanian deadlifts. 3 sets of 10 with 225. If y'all note, yeah, 225. 3 sets of it. We're in a real good place here in terms of hamstrings, right? Her hamstring strength is on point. She's always had pretty strong hamstrings though, right? We spent a lot of time developing those hamstrings early on for powerlifting, so this is no surprise. And so now that we're getting over towards bikini and figure, that's going to really pay off as she gets leaner. All that work we put in there. Same thing with the glutes, right? We've added a large amount of muscle to her glutes. That was an area she really struggled with early on, but again has been greatly improved and may not always see it in the training footage as much with the shorts, but if you see any of her photo shoots, it is blaringly obvious that we've dramatically increased her glute size while getting leaner. Right, and so that's kind of a big deal. All right, so then after that we do standing calf raises. We are currently in a race on these for her to get to that 405 for 10 before I get to 500 for 10. So we're racing on that. Again, and I'm doing that to push her because I need her calves bigger. I need her to be pushing them hard. She's a competitor, competitive by nature, so you throw the gauntlet down and it's on. All right, then of course she does dumbbell split squats, right? So we're not really doing a leg extension on this day. I want more squat pattern movements for her because her rectus femoris is coming along well. I don't want to do tons and tons of leg extensions. I want to get more squat pattern movements right into a deep stretch, mainly because that is the area we need to bring up. We need that part of her quad growing. We need to maximally develop it, and this is how we do it, right? It's how we do it. And so then after that, of course, we do leg curls and then seated calf raises. So again, working both of those angles of the hamstring. We have both a hip hinge and we have a knee flexion, right? A knee flexion. Now, we're not as worried about that as much on the earlier day in the week because we have glute ham raises and deadlifts. The glute ham raises cover both. But on these other days, yeah, we're wanting to hit both. Again, we want complete hamstring development, just like calves. We finish up with seated calf raises. Because calves are such a big deal at this point, we do a standing and a seated calf raise all 3 lower body days. Because that area needs to come up, I need complete calf development for her from a competitive perspective. All right, guys, but that's really all I have to say on that today. I hope it's been informative, and I'll talk to you guys and gals next time.